Hey guys, you remember back when Capcom cared about making new franchises and unique ideas?
Wait, that was a thing that happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was back when
Sure,
Hideki
that was the
Kamiya
thing.
worked for them.
I'm not quite sure that was actually a thing that happened.
Yeah, it was.
No, you see, Capcom didn't care. Hideki Kamiya did.
Waves and rocks!
This game has been brought to you by Waves and Rocks and Trees.
Free. Viewtiful Joe.
Henshin a go-go, baby.
This is the Gamecube or PS2?
Gamecube version.
This is a game that I always was sort of interested in.
This was part of Capcom's big five for Nintendo GameCube that all either got canceled or made their way to the PS2.
Oh yeah, that's true. Like this Resident Evil 4,
Project number 08, wasn't it?
there was
Yeah.
like a whole bunch of games which is like Capcom's like, yeah, we love the shit out of the GameCube, and then it's like, oh yeah, we love the shit out of my.
And then reality ensued.
Yeah.
More people the GameCube.
Yeah.
Well, the PS2 had like 100 million consoles, and the GameCube was like what 20. So yeah.
Unfortunately, so yes, that was the case.
Yeah.
Sadly, we are actually watching the GameCube version of this game.
The only difference is that Dante's a playable character in the PS2 version.
Yeah, and I would have liked to see that, thank you.
Well, too bad. This is called Viewtiful Joe, not Cell-Shaded
I like-
Dante.
I like how the hard and easy mode, or the normal and easy mode, are called kids and adults.
And then it gets to X-rated.
It is a difficulty mode.
Yeah.
Alright, basically the thing in this is...
Super
Go.
Sentai.
There's that. Girlfriend gets sucked into movie, you have to go into movie and rescue her.
Yep, and it's a beat 'em up.
A beat 'em up on the GameCube, Ryan. Beat 'em ups aren't console material anymore. They are stuck to handhelds. Right?
Or digital downloads.
That is the fucking oldest, crustiest tokusatsu hero ever.
Joe, is this your idea of a date movie?
Well, wait, what's up with her shirt nipples?
In the lobby. Joe,
Huh?
What's up there? What?
She has shirt nipples.
some off-screen action.
Like her shirt has nipples where the nipples should be on her normal parts.
Okay.
Well, like, look, hold on. We need a good shot of her shirt again.
Babe, I don't have time for sex.
For a long time, too.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Super
Actually,
Sentai's
every-
on screen.
If you could pick between making out with a hot girl and Power Rangers, which would you pick?
Can I make out with a hot girl while watching Power Rangers?
No. Well, actually, from what I can tell, it looks like she's willing to compromise on that, so yes. So wait, do they ever explain how he goes into the movie, or is it just one of those things that you gotta roll with?
It just happens.
Yeah.
Come on.
You know, I've noticed that a lot of GameCube games use this style of, like, graphic.
Because
Like-
it's easier to get going right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go lower poly when you're cell shaded and still look pretty good.
Well, it's just not only that, it's just like that black outline I see on a lot of GameCube games.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of overdone with the arms, though. It looks like they're being attacked by leeches.
I've seen
Yeah.
Well, the outline itself is a model, or at least part of the
For
model.
the most part, a lot of these models are meant to be seen most of the time from a distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really only in the cutscenes where it seems to look a little bit awkward.
Still
Wow,
not worth the extra $15.
This theater really has a strict
You know-
no sex in the theater room policy.
It's like I can touch you! Sure, you can... Oh, I guess that didn't work very well.
That was more like a talk to the hand.
It's 6 machine.
Alright, I'll trade you my Viewtiful Joe for your Viewtiful Joe's girlfriend.
Ow. You know, the concept for this game most reminds me of Kid Chameleon for some reason.
I never played that.
I haven't played much of it. I only played it long enough to get the trophy on the Genesis collection. It's essentially you're inside a video game, and that's more or less it.
Well, this is you're inside a movie.
Hey,
Which happens to look like a video game.
am I
Huh.
So it's like Last Action Hero without the Schwarzenegger. Which, for a lot of people, would probably be a good thing. But then again, you probably watch Last Action Hero for Schwarzenegger and nobody else.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you watch most Schwarzenegger movies, to watch Schwarzenegger.
Not Predator.
Well, that's because Predator is a legitimately good movie, like Terminator. Everything else, you watch a Schwarzenegger movie to see Schwarzenegger shoot a gun for an hour and a half, and then you go back to your normal life.
Yeah, I still think Commando was a good movie.
Obviously,
Oh,
what
it's
we need
not.
then is
I like
Terminator
Commando.
versus Predator.
You
Oh, I'm
can
not saying you
something
can't
without
like it,
being
but-
a good movie.
Yeah.
That last gen lighting effect.
a real V-Watch?
You know, the GameCube is coming dangerously close to being considered a retro console. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, it actually kind of gave me a odd burning sensation when I went to a GameStop and said, after this date, we'll no longer be accepting GameCube titles.
Oh,
So yes, me are mooks of the end of this game, not putties.
they almost identically like them, though, right?
Yeah. They're just
So where did he learn all of these fighting moves, anyway?
watching
Watching
Tokusatsu, watching movies.
It's essentially the same way Travis Touchdown learned to fight.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
wrestling. But I never actually played Viewtiful Joe, but so what kind of options are you given here for this?
You have basically your controls left and right. A is to jump. What you can do is you can hold up or down on the control stick to either dodge up or dodge down. Y is. We'll be getting some superpowers later when he actually transforms, and I'll get to that then. But it's pretty much a 2D side-scrolling beat 'em up with a bit of platforming elements.
What does the B button do?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet. Okay.
But for
up
now,
with
we're
the
just regular
Vs?
Joe. What?
What are the V's?
They're basically just points that you use to upgrade things in the shop.
It looks
What
like
is
it's
a
filling up your-
beautiful?
Yeah, yeah.
No, even Joe's not sure.
Okay.
So we're not even Viewtiful Joe at this point. Now we're just average. I think that was intentional.
Yeah.
Isn't his normal Joe costume an alternate skin in Marvel vs. Capcom 3?
Yeah, I think so.
I believe it is. Yeah.
So when you're normal Joe, you can only do like your basic attacks.
Just kicks in. You can't double jump, and you're basically not quite as powerful.
Wow, you're beautiful. I don't know what that means.
Thanks.
Okay, basically that was just a little tutorial section. Now we can actually transform. It's automatically, so thank goodness for that.
So, what I get from that scene is the Power Rangers are God. Oh wait, why are we beating him up?
Because he's training us.
Must
Yep.
prove our worth by beating up this old fuck.
Congratulations, you can beat up an old man. Next on your training regimen, beating up a small child. And then
Sweet.
maybe if you're getting really into it, kicking this small puppy. So how do you get, like, so to get all V's, which I assume is the highest rank,
Yeah.
you need to get, like,
Not get hit, beat them up really, really well, and not be quick about it.
and be quick about it, okay.
This shirt say HMD.
Yeah.
Any idea what that?
It's basically the code name of one of the programmers who worked on all the Mega Man games who came up with the character.
Sounds like a disease.
You'd think, but
What are all the V things on these Super Sentai's helmets supposed to mean?
they're just there.
V for
Beautiful.
victory.
Beautiful.
Victory.
We now have the
Victory.
ability to slow down time.
Whoa!
Exactly. You can dodge bullets and everything.
Wait, why does that Mook have a tutu?
Because it's a super move.
So basically,
And
we have
as we know, super moves always have tutus.
so basically, with this suit, we have the power of Windows Movie Maker. Oh wait, now we don't anymore. Huh. If you run out,
you basically have a special effects meter on top. Collecting the little film reels will increase them.
and if you use it all up,
You turn back to regular Joe until it fills back up again.
I assume that with like some power-ups we collect along the way, we get more of it.
Yeah, we get more of it, and you can slow down its rate of decrease and so on.
Okay, well that's pretty cool.
But this
So
is all
there's-
stuff that happens over the course of the game.
Yeah, you start out pretty limited.
Yeah.
Mind you, there is New Game Plus, so...
Well, why aren't you doing a new game plus?
Because the last time I did a New Game Plus, you guys complained that I was doing a New Game Plus.
Oh, bullshit, like before.
So do you get anything extra for using the slowdown, or is it just helpful?
Sometimes you need to use it to dodge enemy attacks well, and it causes that reticule to appear, which lets you punch them really, really hard, and it does a lot more damage.
It allows you to be more accurate, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Now, what do you do to fill up the beautiful effects meter?
It goes up on its own.
Okay.
It's just time.
And you activate it by hitting a button?
You press L for slow, we'll be getting 2 more superpowers later.
I see. Okay.
Is slow the one you use the most, though?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, is that mostly just because it's the most useful one?
It's the most useful, yeah. Yeah.
So once the VFX meter goes past the first threshold, you can become beautiful again.
Yeah, and that happens automatically.
Okay.
The VFX meter is basically just there to be a
Got
Yeah,
it.
so
it's
you
not-
can't abuse your
powers, yeah.
yeah.
How would you rate this game overall in terms of difficulty?
Well, again, it has a lot of different difficulty modes. So it can get really difficult on the higher ones. Normal and hard aren't too bad. There are still a few sections that even on the easy mode are a pain in the ass, so it has its moments, but if you're just casually playing it, it's not too bad.
Looks pretty comfortable to play from what I'm looking at.
Well, mind you, this is its first stage in the game, so...
Yeah. What's with the cape? Joe, no capes. Jeez.
It's more of a scarf.
Yeah.
Same basic principle. It's a long, dangly piece of cloth that can be used against you.
Yeah, but the scarves are more fashionable.
Yeah, but they're also...
Oh, they're equally as dangerous.
No, I'd say even more so, because if they yank that, you choke.
Well, I think you have this.
By the way, a little trick they don't exactly teach you, but you figure it out pretty quickly. If you're in slow mode, you will automatically dodge any attack, but at the cost of pretty much using up all your VFX meter.
Okay, so...
So
like,
let's say like you have a barrage of bullets coming towards
Yeah,
you.
he'll do like a matrix dodge, and
Automatically, so you don't have to instigate it.
yeah, but
You just punched a missile
yeah,
and
a
redirected
bullet,
it.
a bullet. But it'll pretty much use up all your VFX meter, so you'll be vulnerable for a short time afterwards.
Yeah.
how did you get that extra square VXF?
On the top right, you'll see 21 out of 50. Reels will increase.
And that's permanent. So,
It's permanent for the act.
So once you start the next level, you'll have only the minimum amount of VFX again.
Mhm.
Huh.
That's one thing I don't particularly like, but
Well, there was a sequel to Viewtiful Joe, wasn't there?
yeah, well, technically there were 2.
There were 2. Well, what happened to the third one?
The third one's a DS game that no one likes to mention,
Ah,
Really? Why?
because it sucks.
Well, I figured that. But...
Beautiful Joe 2 isn't bad, it's just very samey,
oh,
so people
it's,
didn't really see the point of it.
oh, it's
Is-
basically...
Yeah, basically you have one extra character that you can play as from the get-go, and one new power, but otherwise it's pretty much the same thing.
Well, why do you think they haven't... Well, did these games do well?
They did okay. Beautiful Joe did also get an anime that lasted 2 seasons. It wasn't terribly popular, but apparently it's good enough for Joe to keep appearing in the Capcom spin-off games.
Okay, so it's a
So
cult classic.
it's not ignored, but it's not like Resident Evil or something.
Well,
Would
it's
you
weird, because
consider-
Capcom picks very odd Henshin too. Because, like, you know, it neglects stuff that's like been proven money winners, like Mega Man. But then it gives lots and lots of sequels and extra stuff like orchestra CDs to Phoenix Wright, even if they don't bring that stuff out of Japan. And then you've got games like Viewtiful Joe, which did good enough to get a sequel and an anime, but then just ever since it's just been sort of ignored. Like, cause
It did sort of fall off the face of the earth.
Part of the problem was that it kind of started getting lackluster when Capcom was going through its we took a ton of money and we hate Keiji Inafune days.
well, did Keiji Inafune have?
He had nothing to do with this, but he was applauding the fact that it was a new IP.
Well, because it's just like, I don't know what they would do if they made like a new Viewtiful Joe game, but I'm sure people would appreciate it. Or at the very least, you know, it'd be nice to see something from Capcom that's not Street Fighter,
Resident Evil.
Well, they would probably appreciate it more if it had expanded on the overall formula.
Yeah, that's why people didn't really care for 2. The same game again.
Yeah.
Well, it's just, you gotta wonder how they could do that, though, because from what I can see, other than, like, the superpowers, it looks like a pretty straightforward beat-em-up.
It has enough unique things to make it different from, say, Double Dragon. And it has a bit more platforming elements than most beat-em-ups, but like I said, I enjoy the first one. I didn't really care for the second one as much, again, because it came out like a year and a half later, and it was more or less the same thing.
Well, I feel like if they made something, like if they made enough time has passed so that if they made one now,
I think a downloadable title would be good. But you know, it's Capcom. They hate everything that's not Street Fighter and Resident Evil. So
You know what kind of mindset I'm getting, and I know I'm pretty early to say this, but I actually think I would have liked the visual style more if it was strictly 2D and not 3-dimensional.
I think that was more to make the animations easier for Joe.
because like this sort of art style is definitely, you can tell that they went with this sort of art style so that they could, I guess, the underpoweredness of the GameCube. I guess it's just like they wanted to make it look okay, and then you know, you're dealing with GameCube here.
GameCube wasn't exactly underpowered.
No, I think the idea was that they were making it look like a movie studio where it's just all a bunch of props and stuff.
Well, the GameCube wasn't exactly underpowered, but it
was more powerful than the PS2.
It was more powerful than the PS2.
But you had less disk space because you had to use those proprietary.
That was what killed it the most. The lack of disk space.
So like you could do sprite animations, but I think that if you wanted like high quality sprites, which you could do on a tried hard enough, it would take up. I think it would
take up more space in it. Yeah.
than the cell shaded simple polygon look.
Yeah.
Ironically, and that was a random ass place for the part to end. Or wait, or is your part still going?
We're still going.
We're still going.
No, fucking YouTube! It ended my part at 18 minutes.
What was that about the YouTube gods praising us, Lewis?
Well,
No,
I
was saying
restarted.
pray to the YouTube gods.
Pray
that
to
they
the
don't
YouTube
fuck
gods.
up.
Well, they spite us.
Well, okay, I refreshed the page and it started me off where I left off, so I'll just jump ahead a few seconds and I'll be fine.
Yeah, YouTube does that now.
It's a feature.
That's a feature. Actually, the cutting out part, on the other hand, is a pain in the ass.
Are you sure?
Well, I'm sure it's a pain in the ass, yes.
Basically, the ranks keep you more beautiful, so you get a better score to buy more things.
Oh,
And
you said there's a shop.
Yeah, there's a shop between acts. I have over 9,000. Beautiful.
Joe must go. What's Joe must go on?
That is just continue.
Oh.
Oh, break time.
Yeah.
Let's go out to the lobby.
I
Let's
like
go
the
to lobby.
boomerang is called the boomerang.
Don't bother with the boomerang and the bombs, though. They're pretty useless.
You want to get the extra attack moves first, I assume.
More or less, there's also the VFX turbocharger, which makes it refill really, really, really quick, but it's really expensive, so...
Yeah, usually...
You can buy extra lives, you can buy more health, and so on.
Is there a Cup O Joe power-up?
No.
Oh.
Take two, is that like a continue, or...?
That's an extra... Take two, yeah, that's basically a continue. You won't... Section, your life will just refill for one time.
It's auto life.
Yeah.
One time auto life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So what do you recommend buying first in this?
I got the red hot kick, and I would also recommend expanding your life first so you can take more hits.
Okay.